Alright, everybody. I've got the stream going. Alright, everybody. I have the stream going, but it's not recording, like, voices and stuff yet. I'll turn that on right before we start playing. We're gonna start at 7:30, and then game time. Potato. Potato. Potato chip. I actually have had this accent since I've been working all day today, and not a single person has actually mentioned a single word about it. At one point, somebody actually had ordered some hummus and pita chips, and I had to be like, "I'm sorry, but we don't have any pita chips, but we do have potato chips." And they and they ordered the potato chips, of course. Oh, it helps that I wear the sort of paddy goth cap. It sort of makes me look a little bit more Irish, and I've got the red goatee going on. And nobody wants to be like, "Oh my god, are you from Ireland?" Because they don't want to be, like, offensive or something. Everybody in America's worried about being offensive. Oh, not everybody. More people in America. Exactly. But they're either worried not they're worried about being offensive, or they're purposely trying to be offensive. Whereas most people in the world are just sort of being, and occasionally they're offensive. No, we had a fantastic PR team. Our PR team was so good that we actually started buying our own bullshit.
I gotta make sure I don't talk like Hayden this entire time.
All right, everybody. So, when we last left off, the heroes had survived a rather impressive and frightening entrance into the country of Arvale. Country known for its adventurers and its heroes. And yet, even amongst its storied history and epic characters, you would be hard pressed to find an entrance like yours. As the airship that had meant to carry you to the capital had exploded just before the shore, you all reacted promptly to be able to save as many lives as you can. In the process, preventing the untimely demise of the 4 ambassadors from the east, 2 of which were from Omido, seeking an end to the newly risen war. Having accomplished a bit of a heroic feat, but being left without your airship, you were informed that it was going to be some time, probably several months, before they would be able to have the airship back up and running again. As the rest of the crew stayed behind and logistics were discussed, the rest of you prepared for a trip up north to the city of Hearthvine. Along the way, you would escort the Princess of Arvale, a passenger on your ship who had kept their identity secret up until this devastating turn of events. Hoping to keep a little bit of a low profile, her retainer mentioned the fact that his family had a farm on the way up, and that there you would be able to procure transportation to the city. Along the way, however, you were spotted by somebody who recognized the princess and had heard news of the events down in Sainte-Rumière. This ostentatious character driving by in an automobile presented themselves as Prince, a philanthropist and a former royal jester to the king. One of the richest men in the world, he offered to give you a ride and sort of gave you guys the party of a lifetime over the course of the next couple of hours, in which time he managed to endear himself to most of the group, and in the process also learn a lot of personal details about everybody. Many of you somewhat intoxicated, and the rest of you tired from a long journey, you arrived in the the Dinamoitis farm. There, Marcellus, the retainer to the princess, introduced you to his mother and his grandma and his father, and you all settled in to enjoy the beautiful Arvalian countryside, rolling hills of golden wheat and distant forests. As it settled in tonight, you all got your first bit of comfortable sleep in a long time. In the morning, Marcellus had already procured a wagon and 2 mares from their stables, and as he loaded it up with some wheat that his mom said that he should sell while he was in the city to, help the family farm in between his life as an adventurer, though they're so proud of him. And you all clambered inside and made your way down the dusty roads and past golden fields, until at last a few of you began to notice out something like soft smog on the horizon. And as you make your way across the top of it, you begin to see that it's not smog or mist, but rather smoke, old and stale.
Hmm.
Marcellus goes, "That's the Asteri household. What, what happened?" And he clambers up out of the cart and says, "Princess, stay here." And looks at the rest of you and says, "Quiet ones. Anybody wish to approach with me?"
Sure.
I'll come. I have a question,
Absolutely.
DM.
I'll come.
I wouldn't have. This wasn't this way when I was on my way to the coast,
No,
right?
it wasn't burnt down. No.
Okay.
I will stay with the princess.
Perhaps we should be
Marcellus gives you
quiet.
a nod, and as he kind of like grabs his sword, which hadn't even been on his hip, it was just off to the side, and he kind of grabs it, and he walks over to you, and he puts one hand on your shoulder and grasps your forearm and gives you a pat and a nod, right, like of keep her safe, and then looks at the rest of you that have stepped forward, and stealth rolls.
Is Cat really going forward, or is he staying with the princess? Ooh.
No, he's just moving a little forward. He's not going the full way.
He's just chilling with that princess.
Definitely a stealthy motherfucking party right here.
Alright, lowest one, 17, 26, 29, 5, 20. Most of y'all are above 20. Alright, noted. Alright.
Oh, sorry. Actually, that's a
He
28.
looks at each of you, and then he goes, "So, what are you thinking? Split up or stick together?"
Better angles if we can split up.
Thinking 2 groups.
Alright. I'll go with the Arveliad. Babette, was it?
Indeed.
Alright.
I'll take.
We'll go left, you go right. Alright, he leads you over to a bush. You kind of dip underneath the barrier. And as you're approaching, you can kind of hear a sound of. It sounds like something like is being dug or something. Give me perception checks.
Oh yeah, Sarah. If you click your Eliza token, it's the one with the whip. You can actually use WASD to move with it on the map.
Yes.
Or
Right
the directional keys.
If you just
Left click. As soon as you see the box, then you can move.
Oh, okay. Ah, okay.
Yeah, we're over
So
here,
yeah.
by the way.
They went around the left side of the map.
Yeah.
In that direction.
Wait.
Oh,
What?
I accidentally did persuasion. 1 sec.
I see
Oh
nothing.
boy.
I moved you down.
You moved me down?
Yes.
Yeah.
An interesting tree.
Be in the bush
Wait.
area
Oh,
right
not that
here.
much.
Ah, I see. Okay. Sorry. This is definitely different.
Yeah, you can interact with it kind of like a video game.
I don't play video games, guys.
I know. That's why I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, even the character sheet is more like MMO type sheet than it is anything else.
I will motion.
It
to
relies
that.
on that pre-game knowledge of you've played video games before, right? No? Good luck.
No.
I will.
So, yeah,
It
if you
won't
have any
take long.
questions or
It's
anything
easy
going
to
on.
adjust to once you figure out the buttons.
Gotcha.
Alright.
I
I
think
will
No,
motion
next-
those to flank the princess and try to bring her a little bit closer.
Just checking something. Alright, they're all good. Alrighty.
Oh. Oh.
As you're checking in, you notice and hear the sound of breaking wood, and then this like something's getting dug, and then cracking wood and something getting dug, and you can see something sort of moving inside. It's digging something out. It is massive in size. You can see flesh and hair growing across its back, almost like porcupine like hair just sticking out of its back. And it's got a broken piece of timber, and it seems to be using it to kind of almost like scrape out a large hole. It doesn't seem to have noticed you.
Can I discern my hunter's bane if it's a Fey, Fiend, or Undead?
How
Can I
far
do a
does your
survival
hunter's
check?
bane?
Let me pass it. Roll? There you go. It's like a track hit.
Elongated ritual. I'm just you have advantage on wisdom survival checks to track. You're not really tracking at the moment, so.
And then the second part is as well as on an intelligence ability checks to recall information about them.
Yes, you'd have to
Yeah.
identify them as such to recall information about them. I mean,
Okay.
you know things about undead, but that doesn't mean you know that this is an undead.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. This one now, because I'm still learning this Blood Hunter
No,
class.
no, 100%.
Okay,
Looking at it, it just looks massive in size.
Do we see everybody else? Do we see Babette? Like, kind of like looking for them, seeing if they also
Checking.
notice the same thing.
Yeah, is it just me? over
You
here?
notice something that they do not from their angle. You can see something through the gaps in the shattered and broken stone pacing behind the house. It's large, but not quite as large as the thing that you can see digging inside.
Babette would point it out to Marcellus. And then,
He goes,
can she see the others
he,
on the other group?
on the other side, you can give me a perception check.
Okay.
I'm gonna like sneak over to Eliza and kind of go like, "Hey, Eliza,
Hey.
go back and get the others out of the cart, so they can move up just enough to be in range if something goes down."
You do not see them.
Okay.
But I have like an idea of where they went.
Yes, you
Because
know
I want to
which direction they
cast
went in.
message and very quietly let them know that there is something
Okay.
smaller as well.
All right.
I'd probably cast it to Eliza.
Okay, I'm getting hey guys. Come up here.
Yeah. I was motioning for Zarman to kind of inch ahead, but hearing that, she inches ahead a little bit faster.
And
I will stay with the princess.
I kind of like do with like a kind of like a hand signal to Hoenn and tell him like pretty much, do you have line of sight to shoot? Hoenn?
I'm fairly certain that I can't see any of you from this position. And I also know that I got an 11 on my perception check. So,
No.
yeah.
I mean, you're just looking 15 feet that way.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see. You can see.
I'm
him.
kind of shrugging at the old boy next to me, like, should we go? Like, that's pretty much all I'm doing right now.
Yeah. He's going like, not yet. He's pretty much going
Okay.
wait till others are at least in
Alright.
position.
In that
Um,
case, he's waiting. He doesn't see anything, though. He has no clue.
So he's gonna tell you to come to his position.
Okay.
To go around and come to his position, and then sit here, and he's gonna point to the thing.
Aha.
Yes, and he's gonna then pretty much right next to you. Take this position. This gives you a line of sight.
We might be able to get him on a lineup,
If you time
Yeah,
it.
see,
but meh.
I'm gonna swap sides.
Fair enough. I'll wait for a signal.
Sure. And then I'm gonna move across there and get closer. I don't see Marcellus, so I am waiting to hear back from Eliza or be someone.
Which I believe Eliza is bringing Hani forward.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine Hani would have to make a stealth check.
Yep.
I'm just waiting.
Okay, I haven't mentioned this since since it was brought up, but the pistol that you guys gave me, I have no idea what it does, what it has, what kind of ammunition. I know Chance said I had some upgraded stuff. So,
Just put it as a revolver and make it +1 for right now, and we'll get
Okay.
to it.
fair enough.
Alright. So once I see Eliza kind of like come back, kind of pointing to, kind of doing, get ready to shoot you and Hohen to kind of open up, and your gun will be a definite like, that's time to go in.
Wait,
Fair enough.
Yeah, because you have the crossbow.
who am I shooting?
Oh, you didn't see the picnic? Like recession.
What?
Gotcha. Livy.
Yes.
So basically, I tell you to go in Hohen's spot and to look to the southeast. Down.
Okay.
And then you see what I'm seeing. What
Okay.
Hohen's seeing now. And then I'm telling you to shoot that big guy with Hohen.
Okay.
And then that's gonna be for everybody else to react.
Gotcha. So you want me to do that now? Shoot him?
Yeah.
Shoot?
I think
Okay.
we should do it at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same time. You and
How
Hohen.
do I do it, though?
Alright. We'll count down quietly.
Before I
I don't know how to like physically roll though. Do I have to
Double
roll?
click on your token, and it'll pop up your character sheet, and then you can
I
go
have
over to features
So-
or inventory, and if you're in inventory, you'll see all of your weapons, and then you can just hover over it until you see a little dice thing kind of pop up, and then you click on the dice, and it'll roll for it.
Over my short bow, right? Or what am I?
Whichever one, your Vigilus or your short bow.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And I am
If I
gonna
stay in
cut
this
myself real quick and turn on my freaking
because
weapon.
Hanu's such ranged, if I stay in this position, do I have to make a stealth roll? If I just right up here? Because she's gonna charge in.
Oh.
She's not
Shit. Oh,
she's not gonna
Did
stay
I
bad.
roll?
that's
I mean, if you're moving it
Hold
from
on.
there, I mean,
I don't know how to roll.
it
Just
is-
click the dice thing. Oh, okay, I didn't actually set that up. So just roll for the short bow and
Oh,
add +1 to the damage and dice roll. So don't worry.
oh, it's a hand crossbow.
add.
It's out of her 30-foot range, so she would be attacking at disadvantage, I
So
believe.
she's using her short bow.
Oh, she has a short bow?
So-
Ooh.
It's an advantage on that one. So both get advantage on that shot.
Advantage. Oof. That's rough.
And then Helen's 2 pistol shots.
Yeah. Boom boom.
Alright, D10.
Oh, seeing as they're
I'm
they're
having
shooting,
issues,
I'm gonna
sorry.
advance forwards.
That's okay.
Then.
No,
Oh.
not yet. They were taking that as part of a surprise round thing. Then that's when initiative takes action. You would have had to already set yourself
Yeah.
up before they started firing.
Yeah.
This is happening instantaneously.
Okay.
So
That's what I was saying. If I was standing over here, would I have to make a stealth check, or would I have to be
No,
fouling?
you would have had to have been moving forward. I would have asked you for
Okay.
one. You're good.
Okay.
And I would have done the countdown at Zale's signal to make sure everybody was in place. That's why I didn't start attacking before.
It's already
Yeah.
done,
Right?
and he signaled.
All right,
so
fair enough, fair
quick
enough, fair
attack.
enough.
No, he said
Yeah,
go.
I'm
'Cause
working
the
on
when
it,
he turn
yeah.
on his blade to fire starts to abrupt out.
Okay.
That was just go.
Yeah, I think a flaming a
Yeah,
sword
it's not
turning
rolling
requires a
for
good-
me.
You
Do
have
I
to
just
hit, you have to hit
do?
attack. It's up there, and you'd see your pistol, and you hit attack, and then you hit damage if it hits.
So when you click pistol,
So,
put it in chat.
attack.
And click the button in chat.
And then normal, right?
Advantage.
Advantage.
Yourself. So
Oh,
roll again.
wow.
We'll just roll one more.
Ooh.
Double 13s. All right.
And then you have two
Fine.
pistols, right?
Shot.
So take your second shot. We'll send it
Okay.
to the advantage.
Fucking. Sorry.
You're good. This is our first kind of real combat with Foundry for you guys, so learning it.
Oh, buddy.
Oh my
My
god.
What is wrong with our range people?
I have two luckies, but I'm just not gonna use them right now. I feel like that's just not gonna do anything for me.
Which we did arrest before he got here.
Yeah,
should
you got
have-
three. You got yours back.
Alrighty.
Really wanna.
So you hit.
Ooh.
And so roll damage.
Okay.
You just
So-
hit. He's
With
just-
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you found its AC immediately. It should be a 9 if it's a +1, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So 9 damage.
So-
Alrighty.
Retroactive question.
Okay.
I'm still new to this character. I have mage armor that I'm using in place of physical armor. I would have, as soon as we got into this, cast that. Is it just safe to say that I have that?
You probably could cast it like the
Thank you.
beginning when
Yeah.
you woke up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it lasts for 8 hours. You could do it for half a day.
Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, once this all started happening, she would have cast mage armor on herself.
Alrighty. And with that, I need everybody to right click on your tokens, and you'll see a little bunch of options pop up around it. And then there's a shield with 2 crossed swords behind it. If you click on
Aha!
it, it'll toggle combat state. Then if you look in the menu on the top right, there's one that looks like 2 crossed swords, and that is combat tracker. When you hover over it, you'll see your name on there, and then you just hit the dice roll right next to it.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice job.
I love
Liza.
it.
Oh, Liza.
What I get?
you got to set.
Holy
You're
shit!
rolling
Dude,
terrible
What?
today.
going on? No.
The dice are against us.
You just woke up in a really comfortable bed. You're just still like waking that off. Like, oh, that was so nice, man.
Alright, Babette. Wait,
I'm sorry, I completely zoned out and I've completely forgotten how to roll initiative. How do I do that again?
Combat tracker in the menu on the top right. It's the one that looks like
Oh,
the
yes, there we go.
crosswords. There you are.
Brain shut
Oh,
down.
Boom.
Good for us though.
Oh, look, they're all bottom initiative though.
Yeehaw!
Okay.
Alright,
Oh,
everyone.
Is their buddy pal also rolling, or he's just gonna watch?
Roll for him.
Does that mean I'm first?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
let's see.
It automatically does it.
I haven't set Dynamoitus yet, so I'm...
I will motion.
yeah,
I still have
wait.
advantage.
Also, okay, Zarmin did it. Never mind, you're good.
I will motion for Killam to go also guard the princess in case there's an ambush behind, since I have advantage on what's going on between both parties.
Cool. Had the barbarian and the paladin.
Yeah, I'm just like,
From there.
she's a squish, so might as well get the 2 nut squishes.
Oh, time for off take. Shit.
And it'll
Alright.
be easier since Dead's not here to anchor him, anyways.
All right. I love the music.
There we are. Hoenn, you're starting us off. You got those shots, and now one of them busts right through one of its flabby arms, and you can see them all both like immediately beginning to react to it. What are you doing?
I would like to move first and foremost. Can I hop over this fence?
Yes, you can. And
Alright.
there you are.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So
I would like to-
-5 on your movement speed for having moved over the fence.
Okay, well, I'd like to use feline agility to move double
Okay.
anyway. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then I would like to use disarming shot on the big dude to
Alright.
knock that plank out of his hand if I can.
All right. Go ahead and give me. It's a Constitution saving throw, isn't it? Or Strength.
For disarming shot, I have to find it and then I'll let you know.
Gunslinger things.
Yes. Disarming shot. Let's see here. If I click on that, it should bring it up on the menu.
Strength
Yeah.
saving throw.
Okay. And then I roll.
I think that wins. 22.
Yeah.
It's a good damage.
Fair enough. But the hit will still do damage, so
Yes.
that's 1. If I can find where to do that again. Okay. Normal roll, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you should have made the
Yeah,
attack
you
roll.
should have made the attack roll first, technically. But
Yeah.
look at that. So
Mhm.
it all worked out.
Yeah. Alright. Alright. Damage. Normal.
Mm.
15.
15.
All
Alright.
15 damage.
And
And
then
you
I'd
have
like
one
to
more shot.
use my second attack, and I'd like to try disarming shot again.
All right.
And this time we'll do it the right way.
Attack roll. That's a hit.
Okay. Now I gotta go back up and hit damage real quick. And he'll have to make a strength save.
All right. Oh, oops. Wrong button.
Nice.
I think
Again.
that still wins.
Okay.
Yeah, his DC should be 1 lower than Ade's.
Yes. So it's looking pretty. He looks pretty strong. You see his grip just tighten on this big old, plank in his hand. And alrighty.
Don't forget the damage is +1 on that 7 and 14. Just in case. Because I haven't been able to figure out how to update it yet.
It's 23 damage. I counted in my head real quick.
Okay, cool. Cool.
You took 23.
23 damage.
And I guess that will end my turn.
Alrighty. Next up, we have Zale.
Seeing Helen out there, can't leave my buddy out there alone. So I'm gonna move that way. Now and go pretty much here. That'd be 45. It's a big fucking dude. I am gonna move here to kind of block the way, and as my
As an action, I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
Kind of put myself in there, and then. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. And I am gonna burn 2 arcane points to quicken a spell, and I am going to quicken Magic Missile
Alright.
at the big guy. Kids. 1, 2, 8 force damage.
Alright. He's looking pretty injured. And Babette. You can hear the sound of gunshots and what the fuck? Why is it not?
I believe Zel can end his own turn on turn order too if he needed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already on Babette, so that's good.
Babette would look to Marcellus and say, I guess we're engaging. And then would I still be hidden from the thing?
Yes.
So I would get sneak if I was to hit it with a crossbow?
Yep.
I'ma do that then, I guess.
Alrighty. It has 3/4 cover from your angle. So its AC is a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And it's a hand crossbow.
Yeah.
So you're
What's
outside of
the
your
short
range, you're
range?
at a disadvantage.
So since she's at disadvantage, she wouldn't have sneak, would she?
Oh, but I'm
Oh,
hidden.
yeah, because you would be hidden, so it would put you back flat again, so you wouldn't have it. You'd have to move closer to get your sneak.
Okay.
He is focused on me right now, in our direction. So.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm a go up, and I'm gonna try and like hide right in here, and sneak and shoot at him from there.
Alright, where are you moving? Right there. If I get you over the ledge. There you are.
God damn it! 1 sec.
Problem.
You have to click on your token to be able to move them.
I am. It's just not working for some reason.
Refresh your page.
And that's usually the problem. My internet is not happy with me today either.
It happens. Raider. Open his.
Okay. And I would still get the sneak. I would get the sneak then because he hasn't noticed me.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, you didn't. Your proficiency's not on it. Weird.
Oh, weird.
That's okay. Oh my god!
Gotta love sneak.
Alright.
That's a
25
hot. Oh my
damage.
god!
Or 25 damage from this shot.
Holy shit! Look at her freaking sneak attack rolls. 3 5s and a 6.
Yeah, that was
baby.
an max snake.
Oh my god! Oh, it's the best feeling ever.
I love that I rolled min damage on the actual hit.
Alright. Anything else on your turn?
That's all I can really do at this point.
Alright.
Because I would have had to bonus action dash to
Yeah.
get over there, I bet.
Yeah, and you just
Yeah,
use your action shape.
so
You could move
I
20
would-
more feet if you really wanted to.
Where did you make it? I don't even see you.
Just because she's on the opposite side of this building at the moment.
Yeet.
I
Yeah,
don't
if anything, I probably would have maybe moved out of its view again, but I hit end turn before I thought of that.
What building? Because I don't see a building.
Look a little bit down and a little bit right.
Just move your character right here, because you would have been like right here to shoot.
You don't like, yeah, down and to the right.
Wait, what? Like right here? Because
Yeah.
does
You would've
everybody else have a bunch of shadows? Am I supposed to?
No, the
Yeah.
shadows are because you can't see past walls.
Just
Oh,
zoom
okay.
out. You can
Yeah,
scroll
so,
out
like-
so you can have a better
Yeah,
view.
as you move, it will change, and you'll be able to get better angles to see inside. But you can't see in that direction because.
I'm currently where I'm standing.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry,
Shot.
I was just like, I am not seeing what you're talking about. All right,
Oh,
cool.
it's fine. Figuring out.
Alright. Tack.
Cack will move up, and then 100 feet. Fantastic. He will then cast Scorching Ray. Because why not?
Let's see.
Oh, and I think my client died.
Yeah, I think mine did as well.
Yeah. Oh, it's back.
Ugh. Not on my end, it's not.
Not on mine either.
Server connection is reestablished. Oh no.
Ah, there we go.
Oh.
There we go.
And
What?
it's coming
Okay.
back to life. It's alive!
Oh.
That's for refreshing.
Yes.
Oh no.
Technology.
I mean, the fact that all of us from all over the world are able to play D&D together is impressive enough, but
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
But now that we're here, we're nitpickers.
Like the gods, you know, they can bestow blessings, but they are ever so fickle about them. Alright. Scorching Ray. I see it now. And
Success.
where's Cack on the screen, though?
Yep, there.
He's at the very north end of the house, I believe.
Yeah. I can see him. The big fella in the middle.
I still have him as all the way back where he was on my screen.
Nah, I'm like down here. There we
Yeah.
go. Is that better?
Yeah.
There we are. Alright. Scorching Ray. I see a 16 and a 23. Perfect.
Correct.
Those,
Both hit.
the 23 hits. The 16 does not because he's got pretty substantial cover from that angle.
And you have
That's
one more
fine.
shot.
Yes, I think you have one more.
Oh, yes, I do.
23.
There we go.
nice.
All right.
So,
2 down.
2d6 and or 3d6. Oh, you have casted it. Ooh, baby.
22. Oh, baby.
Oh, fuck.
You see just like the whole sides of the brick on the corners of it just blasts away. The one that doesn't hit like actually clears a whole chunk of the wall out, and the other one goes right through it, and you just see it piercing into him, and he's just getting almost barreled down to like almost wobbling down to his knees now, using this plank of wood to keep himself up. He's like, he's looking really fucking rough. The porcupine like fur on his back is like smoldering now. And anything else on your turn?
No, that is it.
Alrighty.
But I am trying to figure out why it rolled 3d6. It should only be 2d6, and the damage
Yeah.
formula says
Oh,
2d6.
I thought you
So I don't know why it
upcasted it.
rolled. Alright,
Yeah, I
upcasting
thought-
it only gives you additional raise.
I see
Doesn't
that.
increase the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then,
So,
yeah,
I mean,
reroll
easy
the.
to- You
I'd
just do-
say
That is the.
I'd
It
say
ain't-
Just take
roll.
the-
Yeah, I'd say roll a d6 for each of them and minus it from it.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, let's just roll 2d6 and 10, so 12 damage
Alrighty.
instead of
Alrighty.
22.
Still looking pretty freaking rough.
Nice.
Alright. Badly injured. And with that, Marcellus. Oh my. Alright, guy. In the name of the Queen, I suggest you really, really leave, like, right now.
Babette face palms.
He doesn't understand his language, though, so it's useless.
It sounded really persuasive. You're all like, no, that was actually pretty good. Oh.
He tried.
Could you, like,
There
pretty
was
please
indeed an
fuck
attempt.
off?
If I was that monster, I definitely would have left.
Alright, and that's his turn. Hanu, you're up.
Not knowing how many enemies there are here, but seeing everybody advancing, she's just gonna flare her nose a little bit, and she's gonna charge right over here with her movement and action, and then then she's gonna cast spiritual weapon when she actually sees the battlefield.
Alright.
So
Mad fucking woman.
she was just told to go up ahead, just not what to expect. She's like, what?
Yeah, okay.
Alrighty then.
In case you need help
Running,
saying
and like some as you're like moving towards it, it's like some water just comes up out of like the nearly dry well behind you and is already
Yeah.
forming into like this, you know, Kwandao kind of spiritual weapon.
Okay, so I'm just like,
The spirit of a long dead well.
yes. And I will cast. She's mad. She's gonna. She ain't. So she's gonna like. Where you at, spiritual weapon? Okay, here we go.
She can cast that 5th level.
She doesn't even have that.
She didn't even have that.
Okay. Did it appear? Where is it? Okay. And I will go.
Woohoo!
Guessing that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Do that, and then I'll do divine
Hell
strike.
yeah.
Woo.
Ah,
It's still 18. That's a good damn hit.
okay. And she's going to she's gonna just duck out of the way just a tad. So yeah, the spiritual is right here.
Alrighty. Perfect. And
But also keep watch on what's happening behind. Shoot.
alright. Eliza, you are up. You can see her group kind of blasting in at something massive, this huge giant inside of this ruined building down to like the southeast. And you could potentially make a shot from where you're at, but it would probably do more from up close if you were using your crossbow. You might
Yeah,
be able to get a
okay.
better angle.
I've got 30 feet. Can I get to like here?
Yes. Alright.
Wait. Hold on.
Right here.
You're now
It's
over
fine.
Hoenn. There you
Yeah.
are.
There you go.
Oh, okay, cool. That one. Is that okay?
Okay.
You left. Right there's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's lagging for me.
That's good.
Okay. Muse. I can't use.
Oh, you can.
Oh yeah, you can from this one. Here, hold up a second. I had it. Give me a second. Items. And It's in your inventory now. As a crossbow. Just use the crossbow.
I don't see a crossbow.
Hand crossbow. That's what it says.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's a hit.
Computer is so slow, guys. I'm sorry.
And
That's
then
fine.
hit
I think
damage.
That's just the word.
Damage. Where do I hit that?
It's right underneath the attack one. So if you see in the chat, you'll see the hand crossbow, and then there's a button for attack, and then another one for damage.
I don't see that.
You might have to refresh your page.
Okay,
When
wait.
in doubt, refresh.
Yes. If you're not seeing things other people are talking about, hit refresh.
I'm refreshing. It's being really slow, honestly. So
No
I'm
worries, you're fine.
I think the reason why it could have not popped up is that I noticed it says not equipped on there.
Yeah, probably might be actually that too.
It also says not proficient on there.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah,
With my crossbow, I didn't click the proficient box.
I have to constantly add that stuff in when you have some new things.
okay. Yeah, there's still nothing that says damage.
It's
Like-
the same. When you hit the attack roll button on it, it's right underneath it.
Okay.
In the
Never seen
in the
it.
chat box on the right, there should be.
It says hand crossbow +1, and then it should say attack and damage.
And
yeah, it does. That's what I'm saying. It just
I'm
half-
guessing that she doesn't have it equipped, it says.
Yeah. So go on
Go
to
on
your
the
character.
sheet you
it
need.
shouldn't
to go to-
change what you see in chat.
Yeah.
Like, that has nothing to do with what you see in
It
chat.
it might not, depending on how you
Have-
dragged it and
did-
everything, have the damage roll
Like-
set.
Screenshot it.
Yes, I'm
Because it just says
Fine,
hand
save it.
crossbow +1 attack roll, and then under it's 1d20 +2 +1 19.
No, you're above that chat box. There's another one right above it that's in blue.
Oh, dude, I'm dumb as fuck.
At least you're pretty.
Oh. I'm so sorry. Okay, I got it.
The 9 damage.
Yep.
All right. No, that does it. You kind of run up. And you
Yeehaw!
bring the crossbow, you kind of look around at each of them, and it's sort of swaying there for a moment, and you kind of just cock it back, and you just one little crossbow right through its eye, and it just
Well, that's
And
what I'm here
crashes.
for, guys.
You do still have your bonus action.
and you still have a bonus action.
I
And
am
I
not-
had told you about the other monster. I had sent you a message about the other monster.
Can I see the other monster, or am I?
Should be able to see him through the back there.
Yeah.
I can see him from my angle.
Yeah.
Okay, what can I do as a bonus action? I'm not.
Since you're a rogue, you can dash or you can hide. But since you don't have cover from it, you could dash and have another 30 feet if you want.
Okay. And
Or you
Dashing
could
isn't gonna really
preemptively
do you
mark.
anything. Yeah, like dashing isn't gonna do anything because you can't do anything on this turn. You could move somewhere and try and hide though next turn.
So you could move back just so you weren't the one getting hit if it's coming your direction.
It's
I-
fine. I'm here.
I don't think Eliza would move back though. Like I don't.
Yeah, play to your character.
Oh yeah, you do have your insightful fighting too. So you can insightful fight it right now. So next time when it comes up, you
Oh,
can
yeah,
potentially
okay.
sneak it.
Yeah, roll
Okay.
insight.
Okay.
I keep forgetting she has that shit. I'm gonna remember
Yeah,
that.
she could have been on the other thing. I think she did it.
Because I don't know how to use those things. I'm
You
rolling.
Just, if you just on your character. There you
Yeah,
are.
There you
you got it.
So now she has insightful fighting on it. So now you just, whenever you attack it, like you did the other guy, you get sneak attack regardless.
Oh, okay.
For the entire next minute.
So should I get closer though, or should I just chill?
You're out of
Yeah,
movement
you're
now.
out of movement,
You
you're
can.
fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're out of everything now after that bonus action.
Gotcha.
And Phil's kind of next to you right now. He has his like shield up, and it's kind of like preparing for like this thing to charge us.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Zarman, anything on your turn?
Zarman will look towards the princess, and as a bonus action, will cast Sanctuary. Then, using his action, he will guide the princess towards the other side of the fence.
What's happening over there?
Well, guessing something really bad, considering. And I point over towards Kak. He's shooting laser beams, so let's go this way.
She starts to move off in the other direction. And you see, as soon as you begin to turn in one direction, she goes in the opposite one. And dips as if she's about to dip into the cornfields. To try and get close. Like, she stopped paying attention the moment she started getting curious, and doesn't even seem to realize you're there at the moment.
Oh my god, you know what you know what the dudes are.
Use the
I
zeal
already
channel.
used Yeah, use my action.
Yeah, you did. So,
Mhm.
as you were doing that to cast Sanctuary on her, the spell like ends off, and then you kind of turn, and she's already kind of moving into it. And
Shit. Zarman will use his movement to follow.
she's gonna do a stealth check. I don't have her things here. Oh, okay. Then I will look her sheet up. And roll.
Chance had to bring it back. Chance had to bring it back somehow. You had to bring it back another spell.
Okay. And your passive perception is.
Like 12. I'm just running straight south into the
You
field.
lost
I
her
have
in
no
the
idea.
field. She just gone, right?
Yeah, Zarman will just spend 30 feet to just go south. So,
Alright.
if her ass is low, I don't see her regardless. So.
Alright. And
Mm-hmm.
on the opposite side, you see it as soon as that other one goes down, this one just kind of like was patrolling side to side, and as soon as it goes down, and it twists its head, and it crooks down like onto all fours, and its arms kind of bend, and it like lifts its head up like it's smelling, and then it suddenly rears back and literally throws itself forward onto this body, like it's pouncing onto the giant. And as soon as it does, it starts devouring. You just see it ripping into it.
Yum.
Oh no. I don't like this.
And that is going
It's
to
either
be
hungry
the
or it's
third
going into
thing
its second
is
form.
Dead.
Yeah.
Alright, Hoenn. You see this freaking giant zombie like ogre. It's got these pustules kind of coming up off its back and across its arms, and it's this green mottled gray skin, and it just leaps onto this dead giant and starts tearing into it. You're just
Holy
eating
fuck.
intestines and stuff. It's just, what are you doing?
How high is the wall?
The wall only goes about 10 feet on the side that you're on. That one that's to Zale's left goes about 15 feet.
Alright.
No ceiling or anything.
Then I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20. I wouldn't be able to do that in one turn. I'm gonna go for this wall over here and up to it.
Okay.
Up on it. And then I'm gonna shoot it.
Alright.
And that'll take my full movement to get up there, so. Give me a second, working on the pistol thing. Boom. Oof, I'd like to use a luck to re-roll
It
that.
hits.
Oh.
Hit.
Oh, if you still want me to use the luck, I'd
No,
be okay
you
with
already
that.
did it. No, it's already hit.
Okay. And then I'm gonna use my second attack to reload. Can I do that? I can do that, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna use an action surge to shoot it 2 more times.
Alrighty.
So normal.
That's a hit.
And normal.
That's a hit.
Also hit.
And
10,
16.
18. He did 18 damage.
yeah, because I'm still using the
Oh, yeah.
pistol
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
instead of the revolver.
So that was actually
And that'll be the end of my turn.
this one. Nice. Alright.
How's it looking?
It's not even paying attention to it. The
Hmm.
bullets go into its back. You can see it ripping flesh off, and it is just too busy.
Alright.
Beautiful.
And with that, Zale.
Alright, let's do this. I don't like what he's doing, so I'm gonna step in there.
And there's no guarantee it won't come after us after that.
Yeah, or get stronger after that, we don't know.
Yeah.
So, might as well get into the damage we can. Alright, so Zell is going to attack Scimitar with blue flame on it. So 25 hit,
Yep.
and then alright, I gotta change something in there real quick. Does should have saved. I'm not activating the curse yet. So, and then this will be blue flame. So damage 1d4 fire plus d8 fire. So he takes 14 damage.
Okay.
Can the flame leap to the body of the corpse to burn it?
It's a corpse. No, it's not a creature.
Okay, gotcha. Damn, I was trying to
You're
turn
just
that
making
well.
it
for
so
trying.
it-
To answer your question, a corpse is an object.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're making it very toasty, so he can have a extra
Yeah.
savory treat.
Yeah, it's an extra nice meal now.
Yeah.
Attack again. Will 20 hit?
Yep.
And damage. 1d4 fire. Under 14.
All right, and I need you to make me 2 Constitution saving throws.
I thought so. Constitution. 11.
Failure.
Natural 20.
All right, success. So you are poisoned for the next minute, and you take. Oops, sorry. 10 poison damage. As you hit across it, the pustules across its back go, and you feel as like this sort of noxious, like mist comes up and begins to just make you gag. You feel nauseous and sick and weak. You go and swing on the second one, and you manage to like keep yourself from like throwing up to be able to hit it again. But you are poisoned, and you can make another saving throw next round.
Gotcha, okay.
At the beginning of your turn. And with that, Babette.
Hey. I'm gonna sneak around, and I'm gonna. I guess would I have to bonus action hide to hit it with advantage?
Zale is right next to it. You'd have sneak regardless,
sweet,
as
yeah.
long as you don't have
Then-
disadvantage.
Yep. You're fine.
Just
Or
gonna
you know,
wait
you can
for-
also try to flank on the other side of Zale, but you're seeing what that poison's doing. Joe.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just gonna wait for the your turn thing to let me move my fucking screen. One sec, I'm gonna refresh.
You can just left click it to get out of the way.
You're
When
stuck-
I-
you're
I've-
stuck
I've
in a
clicked-
wall is why.
No. It's your turn was coming up and it wasn't going away.
Oh.
Usually you can left click and it goes away.
Yeah, no, it wasn't doing anything. So
You wanted to sneak attack on it, but it snuck attack on your computer. Oh no.
okay, I'm gonna do the shooting thing.
It's a hit.
Sneak attack. I'm pretty good with those sneak attacks. Damn.
Yeah, I know, right? Better than Russell's.
Mm-hmm.
Sneak a sneak.
24. And
25.
with that, I'm going to also
How much damage?
25.
Alright.
that many. Zale is my calculator. I'm going to run. Oh, Hanu's there.
Just jump on my shoulders. It's okay.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna run there, actually,
Okay.
because I would have known that Hanu was there. And I'm just gonna wait for my next turn.
Alright, Kak, you're up.
Alright, let's get a little closer. Oh, he a big ugly boy.
He's a dead ugly boy.
Oh boy. Let me mind thrust him.
Oh shit.
Alrighty. If you have
Oh
to make
shit.
An
Time to
intelligence
make a
saving
save.
throw.
Oh shit.
Not very smart creatures, the undead. As much as they love brains, they don't have much of them. So, 2.
Oof.
Alright.
On its next turn, it must choose whether to move, use an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of the 3, and it also doesn't have a reaction.
Nice.
Okay.
And yeah, no, that's it.
Okay. Then that brings us to Marcellus. Marcellus is like, oh, come on, man. We were having a really nice trip, and I was gonna have a report that had far less paperwork than this, and then he's going to flying dagger this guy. You see, as he's kind of talking, he's like reaching in behind his back, and he's kind of like looking for something, and then he finds it, and he's got this knife, and then he's just like, and now I have to like fill out probably like at least 2 more forms that I wasn't gonna have to fill out before, and long story short, fuck you. And he throws this flying dagger.
Jesus Christ.
And as it does, right into its fucking neck, you see it goes down over the thing's body. And you see as this undead ogre just on top of this disemboweled hill giant. And that combat is over.
Oh, I know I started this, but what was the purpose, Zale?
Oh, I mean, they're undead. I mean, they don't look like they're gonna talk anyways. Anyhow. Speaking
I
of which,
suppose.
Death away.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Zarman's frantically looking through the field right now.
I'm gonna walk to Hanu. It's like, hi, Hanu.
Zale, are you okay?
On the opposite side, like, see it as just like rushing out from underneath it through the farms, come ducking out underneath the thing. She comes running past all of you.
I'll try to grab her.
She's already in the room with her movement speed. Just like runs in, and she's like, undead ogres. What are they doing this far, Marcellus? It's like, oh, shucks, I don't know. And it's like, it is a little strange, I'll admit. And he kind of looks around and glances off towards the sort of northwest. And as he does, I need if I can get some perception checks from people.
Yeah.
Sarman's too busy rushing over there, so I doubt he's checking.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of paranoid. She's checking all the time.
I can roll disadvantage
Ooh.
on this one.
She is
Nice.
very paranoid.
Poison.
Which
Poison.
Zale can
You're
save on the
paranoid,
poison
I
like every
see.
round too, right?
Oh yeah, didn't.
Yes,
I
just
probably did
combat's over. I'd say you'd succeed on it by now.
Yeah.
Okay, so then first roll then wouldn't have been a 15, so
Yeah.
20.
Seeing the poison stuff, I will try to push. What do I see? Because I'm gonna try to be escorting the princess somewhere else by just like throwing her over my shoulder.
21.
Yeah, she's spry. She's not gonna allow you to throw her over her shoulder. She's like right up on these things. And
My
looking right in
dearest
there.
princess,
And
as fascinating as these are, you should probably get away from them. I mean, look at Zale.
Okay.
yes.
Zell kind of looks back. He's doing
Well,
more
that's
fine.
because Zale is uneducated and from a bumfuck island somewhere. I, however, have
I mean,
I will remind you of who your
honestly,
princess is.
Babette would give the princess a high five for that one.
I try to grab her. She
But
probably
also,
sneaky.
like, let's examine them from at least a slight distance.
She's got
okay?
her like hands behind her back, you realize, and she's just kind of leaning in
Okay.
close to it. She seems to like know what she's looking at. Nothing about it seems really
Okay.
surprising about it. And
Bumfuck, no, the fucking
as you're doing
fire
that,
sword.
Hano, you recognize smoke coming off from the distance, and you can both you and Kak see smokes. You, Kak, it's hard to tell if it's coming from over the next hill, but you, Hana, you can tell that it's actually coming from further beyond that hill.
Mhm.
Beyond that right beyond the hill would be where my family needs to stop blowing up my family chat right now. Beyond that hill is where the nearest village is. Yeah, Marcellus had told you about it on your way up here.
Right.
But the map that you had based off of what you had seen, is there's a bigger town, like a city perhaps, a little bit past that one. And as far as you can tell, the smoke looks like it's actually coming from Mont de la Cache, which is probably like at least a couple days from here.
That's not good.
Okay.
And yes, so that's
I will announce that out and say and look over to Marcellus. Is there a way for you to communicate?
communicate.
To someone up north, there's an attack going on over at, and I'll give him the exact direction and then say it's most likely this town.
Well, I mean, I could send word, but it would take some time for anybody to give a response. Are you sure that it does kind of look like the direction of Mont de la Cache? And
Is the smoke heavy or thin?
I'm making the decision, Marcellus. Princess, I really don't think I really want to... And she goes, not your decision. And you see as the princess takes a bit of a step back, and this amulet she pulls out from underneath her gown starts to give like a slight glow. It looks like a crystal inside of a vial, and the
magic
vial itself, it's starting to give off magic now, but it wasn't before, and it's not magic that you're able to recognize. You see as she casts it, her eyes, she closes them, and she begins to start muttering something underneath her breath. Anybody speak Celestial?
Yeah.
Um, she is making a demand to the cosmic court to obey her orders in this moment. Specifically, she says, "Obey my edict now." And then you see as she opens her eyes, and there are no pupils, and then the glow suddenly dissipates, and her pupils return back into her eyes. And then off in the distance, you see as clouds begin to form over Mont de la Cache. And she goes, "Congratulations, you've each been conscripted by the royal crown. You'll be paid a handsome fee to save Mont de la Cache. Princess, I'm supposed to escort you to..." Not another word. And she looks at him and she goes, "God damn it."
She's gonna eventually need to rule this country. Might as well start early.
I mean, she has the mindset already. Might as well go.
Did that seem like a divine intervention of any sorts?
It definitely did.
I raise my eyebrow at her, and I give my hand down for a low 5.
She looks at you and she kind of lifts her chin a little bit, but she looks like she's definitely... Give me an insight check.
Yeah.
Can I just tell that she's trying to resist?
Nah, you wouldn't be able to. And I don't think even you're able... okay, there you go. With that divine one on it. Yes, you can tell that she's resisting not being proud of the compliment.
I will wiggle my palm to show the holy symbol. Okay. Write it then.
And
Babette would lean into Eliza and be like, "What the fuck have you gotten into?"
Yeah. Just wait. Just watch. It's fine.
Oh.
Alright. Well, looks like we got a 2-day travel. At least. We could probably make it if we're fast enough, make it a day and a half. A day, maybe.
Do we want to be exhausted?
No, just...
I've declared an edict. They're not going anywhere. We should take our time and plan accordingly.
Of course.
We have 3 days.
But can I look around the house we're in right now? Is there anything in particular in here?
Looking around, this looks absolutely destroyed. You don't...
Nothing like underneath?
Nothing. Like everything in here has been just... Even the floors were smashed away, and it was digging a hole in the ground.
What does what's in that hole?
Nothing.
Or
It
what?
just
It
looks
was
like
just.
it got about like 2-3 feet down, but that's it.
All right. I
It's
will ask.
wide, you know. It's about 5 feet wide, almost like a little crater. It was sort of scraping.
All right. Well, check to see if there's any bodies or survivors, and I will look over to or like evidence of people running away, so that we can probably either know that they've been turned or there's other creatures around. But I'll turn to the princess and shit. What was I gonna say to her? Shit. I'll think of it.
Zell is going to, while looking at these 2 creatures, take out his journal, and he's gonna sketch them into his journal, and he's gonna write, "This guy melee hits release some kind of poison, some kind of toxin when hit. Remember." And he start kind of like catalyzing it. Didn't see what the big guy did yet. No, he was big and absorbed a lot of damage. So.
Okay.
And then can Zell track their like footsteps of where they came from?
Yeah.
Give me a survival check with advantage.
Yeah. Okay, that reminded me. I will look over to the princess and ask her. You said that they don't come down this fast. What are they usually up to?
They just very rarely are ever caught in more civilized areas, such as the Belt. They're usually further out to the east, sorry.
No, that's fine. They just have a hankering for food, or somebody control them? Migration?
Usually they're just hungry.
So what drew them down here is the main question.
Why was it digging?
Yeah, exactly. So, and she'll order again. Everybody go scour around, see what it was looking for.
Investigation check from people that are looking.
I'm doing survival. Do you want me to also give an investigation chance, or just do the survival for it now?
I mean, Cat can do the investigation.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
survival, and
Cool.
She was just mentioning.
I mean, Cat or Eliza, one of those two.
Yeah.
yes,
Both of
Eliza.
I mean, ask the investigator to investigate, preferably.
Yeah.
She's
guess.
very good at it.
So investigation check.
Mm-hmm. All right.
8.
Looking around the place, it looks like it was smashed. They were definitely looking for something. Nothing is left intact here, but you do notice that it's kind of got like a thick smock with like pocket in it, and you actually end up looking inside of the pocket, and you see and pull out this piece of paper. It's a very crudely drawn map of the area, not at all accurate, but it does indicate some landmarks and stuff that you recognize from the nearby area. Most of them with big old ugly looking like charcoal X's crossed across them. You can even see this farm as one of the ones that were like a circle, and it wasn't X'd. There are 2 other circles on it that have not been X'd out yet. One of them at the bridge, and then the other one up here. And but they all seem to be like basically around the Mont de la Cache area. They seem to have been like widening out a big circle, searching for something by what you can tell. But what a hill giant would be looking for, and why a hill giant is with a zombie ogre, you're unsure of. But there doesn't seem to be anything on it other than.
Would
that
I have
paragraph.
heard anything about like anything even
Nothing.
remotely similar to this? No.
Nothing. Hill giants and ogres don't even usually get along.
Yeah,
You
and I
need-
wouldn't have heard of anybody doing anything sketchy that could have maybe included a hill giant and an ogre.
Mm-mm.
You need a subscription to the monthly magazine about that. Actually, updates on
But
hill giants.
With that, guys, as you kind of like look over the area, you can kind of reference Mashad that you can tell that the tracks definitely came from one of the other X's on the map that she kind of shows you, which was nearby this town right here. So it definitely just came from this village.
It just came from that village. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. And
Sniffing.
with that, we're gonna take a break and we'll come back on the hour, guys.
Okay, yeah.
Get
When Zale comes back, I'll ask. Did you see any other type of footprints? Yeah.
I mean, whatever the
Alright.
princess did, it's whatever it is, they're frozen. I don't even know how that works. But in any case, at least observing what's happening there might lead to us to a better solution how to deal with it, where to attack. Definitely a height advantage is good,
Hmm.
and simply just go in there.
At this point, I'm gonna actually motion Zarman to come with me a little bit off to the side, and I'll be like, "Look, all joking aside, we know that there's something about a cult of the undead that was at Port Valiant. What's to say that they're here too? Probably have people all over the place."
Did you say something about a cult?
Oh, wow, you're sneaky. Yeah,
No, just observant.
okay. I will give him a quick rundown. Well, actually, I'll look to Zarman first. You want to give him an update of what we did in Port Valiant or not?
Might as well.
Okay. And
Pretty sure Prince already knows all about it anyway.
If you want to.
What was that?
Babat
We
wants to listen in on this.
Alright.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, Prince probably would have gotten it out of somebody anyway, so it's not like it's something that's hidden anymore.
I'd like to use my observant feat to read lips.
You were there.
You were there.
like most of the time, like the one thing is, Prince could eventually just start broadcasting that stuff. I highly doubt it, but Marcellus, I don't know how much he is in, so I'm gonna just double check notes of if he's ever heard, if he's ever noticed any kind of cult, cult of Orcus causing trouble recently, within like the last month or so in Avale.
He looks at each of you all and goes, see, I'm relieved, actually. See, normally, when terrible things happen, like your airship exploding, it's because I'm there. But now I realize that it actually had absolutely nothing to do with me.
Babat would have made like an indignant noise, like, mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have not heard of a cult of Orcus other than as something long gone.
Well, somebody singing praises of Orcus was trying to become a lich back at Port Valiant.
I hate liches. I mean, what is the point of an immortal life if your skin is rotting off of your body and everybody hates you and you have to mostly conspire every single day to be able to maintain anything that you've got? It sounds like a terrible immortal life if you ask me.
And yet people strive for it. So let's go. Let's just walk into the wagon.
Oh, you guys are all in the wagon.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is like along the trip there.
Okay. Then, do we get a little bit of fast travel with Zale being up front with the donkey?
Could I haste the donkey?
I mean, yes, it moves quicker.
Just a little bit, just a tiny bit.
But Zell's gonna definitely direct towards we move towards the hill, so we get an advantage.
I mean,
point.
you're going towards the village first, so you're like.
Oh, we're not.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Farm's right there.
Yeah, you're putting.
Gotcha.
The farm was like halfway between you. It wasn't even a farm. It was like one little thing. That's a whole village there, right?
Mhm.
Several houses.
Okay.
And
Right, we were just a little bit out in the windmill. Now we're heading to the village.
Yep.
and
Then Zell's not gonna haste it. Zell is going to. Well, the hours it takes there, he's just gonna trance. It only takes 4.
Yeah. And how long did it take to get to the village?
I mean,
From where
it's
we
okay
were?
to get there.
it would have taken you about 10 hours, and you would be
Oh, yeah,
arriving here,
that?
having like taken a rest at one point in time along the way, and then you would be arriving around midday.
I can't see.
So
I
that
don't have tokens,
so
thank you.
depending on
Okay.
people. Yeah, so the people who were able to chill in the car got a long rest then, right?
Yes. Everybody did.
Okay.
It's telling me I can't view anything.
Because there are no tokens left on the map.
Oh,
There's just so
very
much
well.
smoke we can't see. But in
I
front
have an
of us.
irrational fear of being the
That
only
makes
person
sense.
on the map without a token. So
Oh shit. Actually, alright. I think, to get into battle plan, in this case, I feel like going together is a better option. Because the
Yeah.
friends is not gonna listen. Right now.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, we would have strategized that we got the team, the roguey team going
team
up front.
sneak.
Princess be in the middle.
Okay,
But-
and Hanu will actually show you guys just hand gestures of like more of a kind of. She would tell you guys this is what her great grand taught her about like hunting parties and all this other stuff. So she'll show you the gesture of a few enemies ahead, all this other stuff. Just so we can talk quietly if you guys are stealthing up ahead.
So
Oh,
like Arthur taught us the same thing.
Oh, we'll
Like,
take sketch notes.
Alright.
Babette definitely tries to take them to heart.
So yeah. So let's have a standardized way of speaking then, so we can combine the both.
So is it midday or midnight?
Midday.
Okay,
Day.
so
Probably just a lot of smoke.
yeah.
Why is it so like dark? Which is good. Plays to our stealth advantage.
Speaking of,
Yeah, speaking of. Do that stealth.
It's supposed to have global illumination and it wasn't on. There we are.
Oh, there we go.
Can I?
I use
Check
a luck
this-
to reroll that.
Oh wait. I'm gonna observe the princess to see if she seems to be more of a spellcaster and whatnot, just to see if she probably has any defensive capabilities to get out of a situation.
That's fine.
At least
she's
it's not
so-
a 9.
I'm sorry,
she's
what was
so- Since the princess is so eager to run into things, I'm gonna try to see if she has any defensive capabilities. If she's more of a spellcaster, she seems more melee type kind
that?
of.
Are you asking her or inciting?
I'm inciting first, and then I'll ask if I can't figure it fuck out. Hold up.
I mean,
I'll
she's not
guidance that.
carrying any weapons or anything.
Okay, yeah, guidance that. So like, well, what school did you learn? Or are you
I had
natural? at
tutors.
Okay. Are you natural, or did you work for it?
I'm a natural and I worked for it.
I was like, books? She's just motioning like, I don't. Wizards are a new thing to me, so I'm guessing you're both wizard, sorcerer, or just sorcerer?
Well, I mean, there's no distinction in the world for it, so.
She don't know that. She asking. It's like what? I'm sorry if I
The
insulted
gods
you. Happy.
blessed my family with magic a long time ago.
Okay.
It
She'll nod at
seems
that.
like perhaps they blessed yours as well.
In a way, yes. But I apologize for any insubordination there. She'll
It can be
just nod.
excused in the heat of battle. Emotions run high.
Mhm.
You are merely being protective, and I appreciate it.
All right.
I'm just waiting for Eliza, and I'm staying right here again off the side. I'm just waiting for Eliza and Babette. Oh, no, Babette rolled already. Eliza, then if I keep forgetting his name.
Marcellus?
Marcellus. Thank you, Marcellus. If he's going to come with us or not.
Well, I'm just gonna be right back. I'll be like 2 minutes.
Yep.
He's gonna go. Andreas, current circumstances, I believe that it's now my responsibility to stay near the princess.
All right.
So there's a silent thumbs up.
Where's Babs going?
Rachel's stepping out for a moment.
But he's pretty much just Rachel's following me. So we're both.
Yeah, Baba is going to be following people to scout up ahead. If
I
you
would
would like to go
actually
along.
suggest that.
Yeah, I'll go
but-
up with them.
Hoenn got a 9.
11.
He used a luck point and got 11. So it's only 2 better.
Yeah, I would suggest that Babette and Eliza go up ahead and kind of would just say, well, childhood friends, you basically have that mental connection, so they know each other. Probably snuck everywhere.
One's
And
going to
then
be
she-
crafty as he can and just go up the middle.
Yeah, and just ask Hoenn and Zale to split off to the second group. She would suggest that if you guys want to take off anywhere.
That's what Zell was kind of. He's kind of was. Since he doesn't know if there's an ambush or not waiting, he's kind of wanting to keep the stealth team together right now.
Yeah.
Because in case of an ambush, it's better to react with 4 people rather than 2.
Yeah, and that's say if you guys need to branch off, then just have that.
Yeah.
That's it up.
Yeah, no, that would definitely be like if we need to branch off later.
Yeah, that's what should be like. You guys go up ahead.
Right now we're forming the spearhead. And we're pushing with the spearhead, and then if we need to break the spearhead apart, different angles we can. So, yeah, I'll tell Hoenn to keep going to the left with me if I see you straining to the middle.
Okay, that'll work.
So where is Team Stealth going?
Left.
Just hugging left wall. Or left hands.
You guys kind of make your way around, and you can hear conversation, you can hear movement. Someone kind of like sitting on a bucket next to this well, and someone else seems to kind of be like sorting things around a broken wagon, and they just look like commoners. You don't see any. You can see, this place definitely got destroyed and devastated. You can see that
I
in the
don't
back
see
of
it.
the wagon that's destroyed, there's a bunch of like sacks and stuff, like just tossed into the back of it. Perhaps what little is left of here.
Alright. And so kind of peek around, kind of looks at the Bobette across the way. And it's kind of like
I don't
nods his
see
head,
any
like,
threat.
introduce yourself.
No, won't see a threat.
Babette would
Maybe
cast
go back to the
message.
group and go in and...
Yeah, Babette would cast message and say, I can talk to them as one of them if you'd like.
That would probably be preferable. I mean, it looks like their village got attacked, so we're strangers would probably not be a wise.
Or we might be very welcome, we kind of fix things there.
Babette would change her clothes to look like kind of dirty and a little bit like not dirty, just travel worn, and she'd just change herself to look kind of like a slightly more downtrodden human, and she'd walk out and start heading towards them.
Zell just kind of like,
well, she'd change herself that way, and then she'd look over at Zell and be like, should I go?
he wide-eyed, like, how the hell did you do that?
Owen's raging. Owen fucked off.
Zell's gonna go like with his hand, like, go ahead, ladies first.
Okay.
Just kind of like, and he peeks behind the wagon, like, it's a shame, girl.
I'm
And
just
so,
gonna
yeah.
update Hanu on the current plan of attack.
Okay, yeah, she'll just be like, just nods to you as you approach.
Babette will walk up to the people, just very like casually and looking around, like, what happened here? Hello.
Oh,
What
greetings,
happened?
traveler. I'm sorry you've caught us in a bit of a fright.
Are you all okay? I was just hoping to stop by to rest with my traveling group, but it looks like you might need help.
I am afraid you've come too. It's all right, dear. And you see the kind of old lady sitting on the bucket kind of hover towards her and put an arm on this, kind of human, blonde, but very ash, like filthy. It's just filthy and matted with ash and dirt. And there's a lot of ash around her face, and her hands are practically blackened with it. And those hands are shaking, and she almost like hyperventilates at the end of her words. This old lady kind of like calms her down and sits her down on the bucket she was just sitting on. And she looks at you and goes, giants, or ogres, or something like them.
We saw, I mean, one of us suspected it might have been giants or ogres a little ways down the road, but they've clearly been traveling. Is this all that's left, or did you manage to all hide?
Oh, we have a cellar, and we took hide down there. Unfortunately, it would seem that many of the others in the fields weren't so lucky.
I bet would make like sympathetic noises.
It sounded like a storm. And then the storm was gone. Now it's just me and Gaultier in the house there. And Catherine here.
Do you have any idea what could have, like, what brought this on? Or was it just seemingly at random?
Well, all storms seem random if you weren't looking for them.
True.
We didn't see it coming. But this storm did seem to come from the direction of the mount.
Sorry, could you say that again? I, as a player, missed that.
The direction of the mount.
So, up
The
north.
castle up north.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to return to my party, and we might be able to provide assistance, and we might go and see if we can assist the people up there. I will be right back. And then Babette just like runs over to the party.
Okay.
Do they still normal? As
Babette
she leaves?
still, yeah. Well, as she
Yeah,
runs,
she
like as
turns
soon
and
as
just
she's
turns
out of,
to go.
yeah.
Tending to the woman who seems kind of in a bit of a stupor.
Sorry, you make us paranoid, Chance. All the rest of the people were normal people before, so just sounds like okay, they're good.
Yeah. Babette, as she gets out of view, she would change herself back into what she has been presenting to the rest of the group. Yeah, these people just got attacked, and they seem to be coming from where we're headed by
Okay.
giants and ogres.
Any dead that need to be tended to?
They're the field hands. If I didn't want to have this mishmash of creatures that is this group frighten them, but they do know that I have a party. So if you want to talk to them, I can bring you back,
I will.
and
Yeah.
you can speak with them further.
Sure. Okay.
Okay,
Right.
and then Babette changes herself back into who she presented to the other people and starts leading the party back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So she had a long rest.
Gotta tell me,
Uh,
what do you the hell? How you do that?
yeah. So
Zell's
she had
just
a,
like awing at this.
since she had a long rest, Honey's gonna be actually had switched out some of her spells. So
Eliza's completely unfazed.
Yeah.
She-
Huh.
Okay.
Well,
Alright.
that sure is interesting.
I have brought some of my companions. We do have a cleric if any of you need healing.
Agassima, however, we were not wounded at all by it.
Right.
Do you have
Now
dead that
perhaps
need
you
tending
can-
to?
Talk some sense into Gautier. He has not stopped digging in the house. We already found his son, and she gestures to the well and then to the broken cart, which the sacks inside you realize are very body shaped. It seems they've been gathering their dead. But we have not been able to find his daughter.
Harry? Do you... Do you know where she was last seen?
They shake their heads.
Okay.
So I was gonna walk in the direction of the man and kind of like tap Zarman on the shoulder and Babette. Just like probably go talk to this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of
yeah.
like
One's gonna look around for any childlike clothing or footprints in the area.
What's that was gonna do around
Yeah.
this guy?
Yeah,
So-
Honey's just gonna just speak to these two people, but also start ritual casting gentle repose on some of the bodies.
Oof.
Oh my god, what is with my rolls tonight?
it looks destroyed. It's hard. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
As I'm doing
Hello.
this, I will keep an eye out on the man that's digging.
Yeah.
Alright.
What was his name again?
What was the insight check for? I forgot what that 18.
Oh, that was to the for the princess.
Princess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
That was a while ago.
Oh yeah, I see.
What was the guy's name again? Sorry.
His name was Gautier.
Gautier. We've been told that your daughter is missing. We might be able to assist.
Perfetto. Then grab something. Dig. She must have been in here.
What makes you so convinced she's beneath the earth?
She would have gone home. She knows to go home if something bad
Home?
happens.
And where is home?
Here, Pastanega. Or what's left of it.
I'm
Sounds
gonna
like
actually
it's-
motion to Keck to read his mind for a moment. Just be like, motion him over. I'll be like, why is he compelled to dig just like those other creatures?
Which is he only digging through debris, or is he actually digging into the ground?
No, he's
Yeah.
digging through debris.
Okay, then
Okay.
never mind. I will just.
Okay,
say,
then
okay,
I
here
thought
we
he
go.
was just like straight up ground digging.
I know. It's like that's
That's why I asked
concerning.
that question.
No.
okay.
He mostly the entire ceiling has collapsed in, and he's pretty much digging through ceiling and broken furniture and wall, trying to get underneath it all.
Okay.
Okay. Alright then. Never mind.
Then
I'll-
Babette would just start helping him.
I mean, Zarman will start moving debris.
So
Vielo, You, Verudo, help me with this one. And he points to this big wall, and he points to you, Zarman. And when he says Verudo, and which you know means brute.
Brutish, yeah.
Yeah, and you help to kind of like get underneath to lift this wall that's collapsed under, and it had like a bunch of the ceiling on it, which is what he'd been clearing off.
Yeah.
And I'm coming for you, babe. I'm coming. And give me a strength check with advantage.
Can I do athletics?
Yes.
Hey, Chance, just I got a 22 in survival. Do I see footsteps heading where the collapse lane is?
Hmm?
I got 22
We'll
in
get to
survival.
it.
Oh, okay.
And you go and push him up off the thing. And as it does, you can hear it's like several of the other loose bits around it just sort of push off to it. And you see, like, it's taking all of your strength, and your freaking face is just pressed up against it. You manage to toss it over, and there's nothing underneath. It's just the floor. There's a bit of the cupboard, which had been broken, and he kind of sees the cupboard, and he's like, no. And he opens up the cupboard door, and nothing inside. Doesn't make sense.
What did your daughter look like?
Like her mother. Blonde of hair. Green eyes. But she had my teeth. My smile. So you get that she's probably half human or half elf and half orc. And
Okay. And how old was she?
9 years of age. Oh, what will I tell her mother? And he sits down, he looks exhausted.
Yeah, I want to see like how much of this just looks like. Does he, is he completely crazed, or does he actually think that his daughter might be
Thank
around?
you.
I don't think he thinks she's around anymore. I think he thought she was in the house, and now that he doesn't see her there, he doesn't know where
Yeah.
she
Could possibly be.
Yes. So
You can ask where she was. Was she playing around? Was she going to?
Yeah, where
meet
was
a
she?
Friend?
Where was she when everything happened?
she would have been taking lessons by the well. And he points out towards like the tree and the grassy knoll area there. My boy hid in the well. He was a smart lad. But a rock tossed down. I thought she would have ran home. Complunk, what will I do?
Actually, I will whistle for Igor to come by.
Hmm.
And I will motion to, and I will tell Igor to, use your nose. And I'll kind of motion, not to Zarban to have, making, you know her enough for her to be like, have Igor sniff something of, and
I
track.
mean, you could just have Igor follow Helen around and help him track.
She was just motion, but if you wanted
Reaching
her to figure out
into
where the girl is.
kind of one door open of this wardrobe that you guys kind of reached in, and you see these kind of like zoned out, paling green skin, and his hand kind of idly grabs at like, what seems to be like a small blue dress. He kind of just wringing it between his hands and ironing it out. And he seems lost in thought, hardly even aware that anyone's around him now.
Sniff, Igor. Sniff.
Igor, survival?
Zale still has his survival check.
Yeah.
Based off of your 22. What were you looking for, Zale?
I'm looking for little girl tracks, other lady from here in this general direction, like if she went from here to here, or if she went off this way.
You see a lot of big tracks. You see a lot of debris. You see a lot of footwork back and forth. This place has had a lot of movement, and it's been several days. You can't make it out.
Traffic. How much traffic are we talking? Big one.
A village amount of people trying to run away.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's also it looks like it's a farming village too, so people probably would have been, coming back, putting.
Yeah.
Which Igor could have helped Helen on perception if Igor followed Philip. So you could actually.
Yeah,
roll
I'm gonna
one more.
use a luck actually to reroll that. This will be like my second luck today too. Gee. Okay.
2 natural ones. I'm sorry, man.
Beautiful. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oof.
I'm going
Okay.
to look over there.
Last
Okay.
luck. I'm doing it again.
No, stop. Wait.
You can only apply one luck to one check. 'Cause
I
that's
will. I will
That's fair.
cast
That's
Channel
fair. Yeah, that's
Divinity
OP.
on
That's
you.
OP and broken.
Yeah. Seeing that you're frustrated, I'm going to give you a gentle back rub. Channel Divinity, so you can do it again. Just you got this. Clear your mind. Okay?
He's so
Giving
mad
you the
too.
power of the
He's so
stars.
mad. Like
I know.
it's starting to become like his life goal to find this little girl.
I know. It's like, come on, just try it again. Take a deep breath. Come on home.
There we go.
He's looking for like little scraps of clothes or baskets and apples because he said she was collecting something. So he's looking for any indication that a little child moved through the area.
Is
Looking
Eliza?
around, you don't notice anything. You could give me, you're here with him as well. You could give an investigation check.
Okay, I'm like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is like your
when-
jam.
Looking around, just off of sight, you can see
Oof.
destroyed buildings. You can see.
I actually have
tracks
good
where they went.
investigation as
You
well.
can see the fact that once they
What
left,
I used
they
for that.
actually left in several different directions. So you can tell that you can look out beyond and you can see where several of the broken fences and stuff in the outskirts are, and so with your good distant vision on that check, you can make out that several went the direction you came from, several went down towards the bridge area, and several went back up towards the castle, and several went down this way as if heading back towards the road that heads up towards Hearthvine.
Okay,
Like the crossroads area.
I know, do any of the tracks I see look like a child's? Are we trying to find?
Yeah.
Yes, and
In between the paths Helen pointed
Or
out.
at least figure it out.
Do anything.
Like,
We have Igor, who's able to track with scent, so that might help you guys out to see if it's more of a recent
those
thing.
of
or not.
you with decent intelligence scores, give me an intelligence check.
I do not have that.
That would be Kak, Eliza, and Zale.
Yeah.
I have a +2.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to eat.
Get a nat 1 and he's still getting
Nat
a
one.
11.
Yeah, that one's still
Even on
Okay.
his worst day, he's smarter than a commoner.
Jack saw some apples and he's starting to eat
Alright,
it.
Zale, as
Oh
you're
my
kinda,
God,
looking around and everybody's looking for these tracks and footsteps, and you can see Igor kind of looking around and then you see the
Fucking
guy
Owen.
ringing through with this dress. It occurs to you that Igor can track by smell, but he needs something to smell. And oh look, he's got
Yeah, it's the dress. Yeah.
of hers.
Yeah, that's why
I was actually
mentioning-
just about to suggest that.
Guys,
that
I
would
was
be
mentioning that the
intelligent
first
step.
time around. It's
That was
like,
the next,
Igor
that was the next
grab
step.
something there.
That was the next step. I was
So I'm
just
like,
yeah.
guys, Igor can smell things. I motioned for him to go there too, you guys, to smell something.
Yeah. Zell would kind of
Oh, and picks up.
look. Yeah, go to Igor. It's like, come here, buddy. Come here with this real quick.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna
Certainly,
lead Igor.
Hanu finally sighs. Like, oh my gosh, they finally got it. Okay.
I go to Han and say, I was just eliminating possibilities.
I was making hand motions, guy. They were meaningful hand motions. Okay, anyways, she goes back to doing her gentle repose rituals.
He's holding on to this like dress, the last thing that she owns, and he's holding it like it's like he's just zoned out and he's not even paying attention. But it's tight.
Would he pay a little bit more attention if I have Igor stand directly where he's looking, or is he unreactive?
He seems unreactive. You could try talking to him though. Maybe you get through to him.
What was his name?
Gautier.
Gautier, so.
He's kind of just smoothing out this dress in his hands.
Simon, you're gonna have to be a little more force with this one. Not violent, but to the point.
Zarman will stand next to Igor. I still need this token out to make it a little bit easier, because he would have been standing in the tile directly south of Zarman. My friend here might be able to pick up a scent and see if he can find her. If you could let him have a quick sniff of it. And I motion for the dress in his hand.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Zarman will use Channel Divinity, Embassy of Peace.
That's my boy.
Embassy of Peace. Oh, I clicked it. Nothing happened.
I guess. It's delayed.
There you
All right.
go. Mm-hmm. And somewhere Vladimir flies out and lands on someone's shoulder. I don't know where the fuck that bird's been going.
He was perched up on a nearby tree. You see the screech of an eagle land on his shoulder as he says, "We're gonna find your daughter." Give me.
So +5 from Emissary AP is +1 from Vladimir. And then I have another +2 because Temperance. Okay.
I can remember this was
Yes!
All right.
There you go, buddy.
Oh boy!
He looks up, and like the light catches the silhouette of like the eagle wings as it's just getting ready to perch. And for a moment, you look like you have.
And
angel
also the
wings.
holy symbol on his chest.
And he's just
glowing.
like, Godspeed, thank you. And he hands you a dress.
Fuck me!
Zarman will have Igor sniff the dress to see if he can pick up the scent.
All right. Give me that at advantage.
Igor would have already had advantage on perception involving scent.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh my god. Literally.
Igor. So
I
with
don't hear
perception,
the music.
yeah. 20 left.
Nice.
Alrighty. So,
Nice.
he and he puts his nose right down on the ground, and you see as he just immediately goes off this way.
Alright. Yep. Keep me up with him.
Yeah, Hanu has his
Zarman will
eyebrows.
hand the dress back to the man right now that we don't need it.
You guys
Guys,
follow him through the woods for not even very far. You get out into the wood line, and you can see her like bit of a creek starts to form. You can hear off in the distance the sound of a waterfall. The one that Babette you know is between the pass, and then as you approach this creek, you can see where there's like a log that goes across it, but the log itself is actually hollow on one side of it, and kind of curled up inside of it, asleep when you guys find her, is this little girl.
I was gonna say, before Babette goes to follow everybody, she just sends a quick message to the princess saying, "We're finding a missing child. It shouldn't be too long. The dog is on it."
Yeah.
And then heads off.
Yeah.
I'll let it
Throughout
do
the way, Honey would be like mentioning to Zale, listen, when I say Igor maneuver 57, it means he needs to use his nose. I'm gonna have to do that for you too, okay? Meaningful hand motions, guys.
Ow.
I like the idea that Hanu has a whole hand motion to make a snoot.
That's actually what she was doing to Zarm, she's like, have Igor sniff something to track her. The snoot. Use the snoot.
God, if Babette heard you say that about Zale, she'd be like, "The fuck?"
So, is it in the water, the log?
No, it's
Like,
over.
or it's on
It's just like a little creek. It's barely even like shoe
Gotcha,
high.
okay.
It's just like going over rocks and stuff, and then kind of across it, it's just this fallen over tree, and it's a little hollow on one side of it, and she's just kind of curled up in it.
Babette, the thing you do, can you make yourself look really nice?
Yeah, Babette would like kind of step behind the tallest person there and kind of make herself look like very matronly, you know, like just very momish.
Hey, I will tap a bit first. Like, can you like, are you really good with voices and stuff?
Yes.
Could you like, do some, like we were talking to a lot of people, can you like use one of their voices or
I don't,
something?
that might frighten her more, but I
No,
have,
just saying, hey, wake up or something.
I have a couple voices that sound soothing that I will do.
Okay, sure.
Did we learn the girl's name? Did he say her name?
No, he did not.
Okay. Yeah, she just Babette just makes herself look like classic mom. You know, very unthreatening, unassuming.
Okay.
And she kind of very calmly and not like shady at all kind of walks up to the girl and says, "Sweetie, we found your father. Everyone else is safe. We need you to come with us, okay?
Papa?
Your papa is safe. He's been looking for you."
She looks around at each of you, and she
I will-
nods, and
yeah.
you see as she kind of like looks at each of y'all behind a little nervously, and then looks at like you a little bit more matron appearance, and she kind of steps out from underneath it, and then lands down on the creek with a little bit of a splash, and then begins to bolt.
Where?
Okay, if she landed right next to
Right
me, can I
next to
try
you.
and
Yeah.
can I try and grab her?
Yes. You can.
And then just be like, no, sweetie,
I mean, give me
it's
a
okay.
persuasion check with that.
Yes.
I will tell Igor to do to make himself look extra cute. For this girl.
Well, I mean, she's a little girl and the dog's probably as big as she is. I'm
I
just
know.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
As in, like, get down on all legs, you know, all there, and just
Yeah,
give her the
All right. Yeah. She goes for a moment, and then she kind of like stops, and then she just like seems like she's shaking. And
Yeah, and Babette gets like down on her level and like reaches her hand out in like a very open body language and just like, are you okay to come with me? I'll hold your hand the whole way.
She nods. She takes her hand. She kind of like relaxes a little bit. Are you giant killers?
Some of us are capable of that, definitely. We're the protectors of the people.
See, she kind of like wipes off like something off of her cheek, almost like instinctually, and she's not even crying. She goes like she's almost instinctually going to wipe away a tear that's not even coming, and she nods, and you guys head back. As soon as,
Which
as
Sarman
soon as her father,
just takes to comfort the father, and just waiting for the result of whatever Igor finds.
yeah, as soon as they come from outside of the wood line, father and daughter just rush towards each other, and you see as they reunite, and Jacqueline kind of approaches with Marcellus, and she goes, all in a day's work of a hero. However, we still have more work ahead of us.
Yeah. Okay.
And Bebet would just kind of like walk behind a wall and change back into her like normal party appearance and then come back.
If we travel for a few hours and make camp, I believe we can arrive at the Mott. By, do we want to arrive by day or night?
Well,
They
if
do
we
not
take the
see very
hills,
well in the dark.
I would personally prefer the day.
well, I think the day would be a better option, especially if we take that hill as a vantage point. We can see better. Definitely, we can scope out.
And then we could approach at night if we get a good vantage from the hill.
Exactly.
I
Right,
mean,
once
I
we
would,
assess the situation during the day on the hill, then
Mm-hmm.
just head from there.
Yeah.
I would still prefer better vision.
Yes.
Alright.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Before we leave, I'll just use all my spells to cast Gentle Repose, just quicken it up and just leave.
So you're pushing all the way through and arriving there at night, and then you would be able to see it in the day in the morning and be able to assess. Alright.
Yeah.
Perfect. You arrive there. It's a couple of hours of, traveling by night before you manage to get to the top of the hill. It's a little dark. You tell that it's, still trees and, verdant brush, but it's a little bit more sparse on here. It starts to become more like rocky outcroppings with moss on it until you get to the top, and there's a bit of a stone cairn of sorts. These old mossy rocks that look like they were once set up for some sort of monument that long ago fell away and has no more writings or markings. It looks really old, and it's dark, and you kind of set your camp in the middle of it. And Marcellus goes, quite the amount of adventurers that have set camp in these ruins. And with that, guys, we're gonna call it a night.
I want to go more. Not gonna lie, I want to do more. I want to see what's going on the town.
Does anybody ask Babette what the fuck on the road?
Oh, sounds
At that
like
night,
going
you can
totally.
see this. I will throw your tokens out. So
Darkness.
you
I was like,
can
ah.
see it.
Oh,
You can see this, pulls up a black screen.
Oh,
God.
how immersive.
You
I'm
jack
still at
shit,
90%
y'all did.
loading.
Yeah, it'll be there in a sec.
Ooh, a semicircle of vision.
Yep.
I think funnily enough, Sarman's the make circle's the biggest, but he hasn't told anybody he can see in the dark yet.
I mean,
And
yeah,
I can see in
that'll
the dark
be huge.
too. And
From
I
your
have
vantage point,
observation.
from your vantage point, you'd be able to see.
Oh, that's a sound effect. What the fuck?
Oh. Is that?
Ooh.
That sounds like explosions, definitely.
Yeah.
That sounds like things
The
that shouldn't be
gunslinger
happening
ears
when
are
time is
perking.
frozen.
Yeah.
Oh
Is
no,
that-
that's something very big.
No, that's
Yeah. Is that's stomping? So it sounds like.
well,
It's
there's
the thing that was outside the trying to get in, not knowing how.
Oh.
Ah.
and this
Where-
is what
where
the
are we?
inside of it looks looks like.
A tiny semicircle with a single rake and a part of a bush.
Well, I can tell you there's a lot more around. So
Yep.
there looks like 4 very angry people around in this
Oh
area.
boy.
Oh Jesus! I can see at least 2. I can't
I
see
can
the other 2.
Yeah, there's one there, and where?
Ah,
Oh,
It's
weird.
I
I
see further
Jesus,
than
you
you
have
guys.
so much further range than I do.
Yeah,
Holy
my dark
crap!
vision's old and regular right now. Sarman hasn't told anybody yet. He's all like, I mean,
But-
usually the dark is
Hey,
annoying, but
no,
I can
that's
really see
good.
everything right now.
That's great, man. That's fucking epic.
Actually-
I like it.
Chance, by the way, Zell should be 122.
Actually, there we go.
Ah, yeah, that's better. Oh.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, guys.
Oh yes.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, boy.
yes.
But we've taken the slip until then.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, this is gonna be fun, guys.
Okay.
Oh. Chance. The thing's getting closer. I don't like that.
Well,
Yeah, I know, right?
You're not actually there.
He's
Would
a
actually-
fan, guys. He wants
EPK, 8
Oh,
people.
gosh.
Well done. Ultimate DM.
Afterwards, I'll be very proud. On the cart, I'll just give Igor a treat. I was like, I knew your nose was very good. Just go-
Igor got to save a little girl.
I know, right?
It's
I was like,
great.
guys,
great.
Igor can smell her if we have something of her. Just that's why she was like, go inside the house, Igor. Go. Wait, why are you going by next to Hoenn? What?
I was just making sure she wasn't
Well, I
dead.
mean, there's people being more like around. Igor's just Igor.
That's why I'm like, wait,
He
Igor, go.
likes movements better than gestures, and of course,
Oh,
someone being
Igor,
frustrated over by the tree got his attention a little quicker.
I was like, no, Igor.
Yeah.
No.
That's exactly what it is. Howard sees Igor. He's like, "What are you doing here? Go away."
Interesting.
I know, and she's just making this hand motion of,
Does Hoenn
guys,
like
implement
Igor, or is
Igor
Hoenn
maneuver
like a
57.
classic
No.
What'd you say?
Um,
Bruno?
Does Hoenn like Igor? Is Hoenn classic cat like fuck dogs?
Classic cat. Definitely classic cat.
That's what
He's
I'm like,
classic
Another
cat
reason why
about
Igor would-
everything.
Another reason why
Asshole.
Igor would follow Hoenn,
Water.
just because he knows it's
All
funny.
of it.
yeah, that's why I'm like, guys, oh my god, Igor, no.
Is this
Stop
this
chasing the
pulsating, by the
tobacco.
way? Chance?
Huh?
Is this pulsating like an energy field or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Okay.
Everything
So
in
we're
here
gonna
is time stopped. They're not actually moving inside.
Oh, so that's time stop. Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Should be fine.
Oh,
Like,
Glad to
it's-
see you took that inspiration from Tyranny.
Yep.
I love
I told you I was gonna work it in. I was like, I will find a way.
See you, cat. Good luck.
But this is the taste of it right here, guys. See, based off of how things go in this campaign is gonna determine whether or not the power of Edicts ends up going in a really fucked up direction. Alright? See, Arvale has like the copyright on this shit. They keep that stuff trademark secret, okay? Like the ability to be able to demand things of the heavens to stop time for days on end in places. Like
That's
across
pretty
an entire-
outrageous.
Yeah, across an entire country. Y'all were days away from that. Alright? And she said, no, I'm doing this now.
I'll got some shit, man. We gotta talk about.
Hey,
Fucking-
high magic,
Just worry.
man. When you're
Yeah.
the royalty in the high magic place, like
Yep.
you get some fancy toys. She's only a level 1 character.
I know, that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, dang, girl, okay. This little, so she is a sorceress, right?
Yeah, she's a
There you go.
divine soul.
Okay,
She's
yeah.
Link though. She's